Hi, welcome. My name is Ron Dorn. I've been at ASU since 1988, and my passion is teaching about physical geography and geomorphology. This view behind me is South Mountain, and quite often you'll encounter me mountain biking or hiking or taking students out into the field in this sort of a setting. I'm here to explain to you and get you excited about physical geography, both the lecture and the lab class. You'll be taking the course in lecture from Dr. Erin Zafel, and she's fantastic, extremely clear, very passionate, explaining to you about climate, about weather, about landforms, about the biogeography or the vegetation, the soils, the hydrology, and how it all comes together. But I'm really here recording this to get you excited about the lab piece of physical geography. So let me show you what the lab is going to kind of look like for you. This is the Canvas website for the Session C in-person labs. And there's what we call classic labs, teaching you the basics of things like scale and Earth-Sun relationships. And when you go out into the Tempe area and study urban microclimatology, the urban heat island, and then later on when it cools off, you'll be able to go around a mountain, which is Tempe Butte, and learn about how physical geography comes together in a field setting, because physical geographers just love being outside. But a lot of the learning will happen using video games. Well, not really video games. They're geo-visualizations that portray the sorts of things that you would normally study on hard copy maps that can't really be done in Google Earth, but in a video game format. So there are 4 video games that you'll need to purchase because there's no other cost. There's no expensive lab manual. It's just the cool video games. They're $15 each or $60 for all 4 of them. There's one for the Big Island of Hawaii, and then there's one for the San Francisco Peaks where you study lightning. And then there's one on the Grand Canyon microclimatology, and then the Grand Canyon topography, how it all works together. So let me show you a few of them. You're in the Big Island of Hawaii. By you, I mean your avatar, and you're up on top of the Mauna Loa volcano. And so there are different layers in this geovisualization. There's this Landsat layer that's been specially processed to emphasize what's going on in the game. So you can spin around, you can zoom in, you can zoom out and look at the rift zones while you learn about volcanoes. Then you'll examine dew points, which is how much moisture in the air, and rainfall. So you'll be able to do really cool things like suddenly travel across Hawaii to the rainy eastern side of the Kohala volcano, and your avatar is standing on a knife-like ridge where there are very deep valleys that are cut because there's so much precipitation. And again, you'll be able to analyze how these valleys are made and things like the rain shadow. So let me show you the rain shadow in a very cool way by jumping to the top of this Kohala volcano and then zooming out. Look at the rainfall on the east-facing side where it's a lot of rain and all very dry on the west-facing side. And with just a click of a button, you can see that it's truly desert on the rain shadow side. And you'll learn about things like rain shadows. And then you'll be able to study neat things like lightning. This is the San Francisco Peaks. You're standing, or your avatar is standing, at Schultz Pass, and you're looking at the distribution of lightning strikes. So in this lab, you learn about lightning, the distribution, about thunderstorms and how they build. And you'll be studying things like how air temperature affects the buildup of thunderstorms. And you'll be looking at distributions like rainfall. Let me show you one more quick video game. And that would be the Grand Canyon. I know this doesn't quite look like the Grand Canyon to you, but it does to us physical geographers. You're looking at the topography deep in the canyon, and the greenness is what we call NDVI, Normalized Development Vegetation Index, which is how much biomass there is. So in this lab, you get to figure out the microclimatology of it, why you would have trees, for example, further down on north-facing slopes than on south-facing slopes. And you can study things like summertime temperatures. Notice that deep down in the canyon, these platforms get extremely hot. And then wintertime temperatures, where you can literally stand or jump down on a knife-like ridge, and you'll be able to puzzle out why one side is warmer than the other side. It's an entirely new way of studying physical geography. And I hope you have a fantastic time. I know you will. And your lab instructors are just wonderful. They're passionate about helping you. But the neatest thing about the lab part of the course is the grading system. The grade is under your control. You accumulate points. You're not penalized for incorrect answers, but your grade just goes up and up and up and up as you learn more and gain more confidence in physical geography. Have fun, and I look forward to seeing you around campus.